Hi, Undowdu here. I'm in Florida. And I've been thinking a lot about this reopening that we're planning just a month away in Florida. How all the teachers and the PTA are all excited and trying to figure out this puzzle. And let me just cut straight to the point what we're doing. We are weaponizing our children by sending them all together into these mass gatherings of schools and lunchrooms and everything else. And the goal, obviously, by the administration is let's get our kids, all infected with the coronavirus so that we can get to herd immunity. Because until we get to herd immunity, we really can't get back to normal. What is herd immunity? Herd immunity is when 70% of a population has been infected. And that is why so few individuals die because of the flu. But we don't have herd immunity with the coronavirus. And it's going to be a very painful, direction to get us there. But the real problem that people aren't talking about are the administrators, the teachers, the staff, the parents and grandparents that these kids are going to interact with. The burden on our medical system that we're already seeing in Florida. All these things are going to add up. And I would say if the coronavirus was under control and we had under 3% spread, which would require a lot of testing to do, that'd be one thing. But this idea of opening up our schools for our children is just utter insanity given the reality of the coronavirus and Florida as the epicenter. The epicenter being the center of the world of coronavirus right now is in Florida, where I'm at, where Undowdu's at. So I don't know what you think, but this is just lunacy. It is the emperor has no clothes. It is stupid is as stupid does. And this has to be the stupidest idea ever to come out of the brains of someone like Trump. And then ultimately to force schools to open by withholding funding and everything else. And any, school board official or anyone else out there, shame on you for even contemplating this. And let me predict what's going to happen here. All right. Ultimately, what's going to happen is people are going to start dying. Grandparents, administrators, the senior members that are there, right? And the people who are going to be affected most are going to be the Trump supporters, the ones that still think it's all fake. Like there's people like doing videos saying, "Show me the bodies. Where are the bodies? We don't see any. We're hearing all this, but we don't see it, so it's not real." Like they don't even trust the numbers of the reported deaths coming out, or they actually think that they didn't really die from corona, it's from something else, or they don't believe in the freezer trucks that are now showing up, or the triage camps that are now being set up. Like all this somehow is fake, isn't real. And it is mind blowing that individuals are still, in the face of a calamity, are still in denial of the reality of what's going on. So, yeah. What's going to happen is going to be a backfire on Trump because, the thing is, the Trump supporter isn't immune to this. And it's the Trump supporter that's perpetuating this whole idea that it's not real or they won't get it. And it's so funny because when people get it and they actually go through the experience of actually, having not being asymptomatic, if you're fortunate enough to be asymptomatic, that's great. And here's the deal. Most white people, or not most, but a lot of white people tend to be asymptomatic. But the Hispanics, they're dying at 50% more than any others. uh, African American, blacks, they're dying at 25% more. So you have to wonder, is this the weaponization of kids to purge Social Security of all of the elderly, the grandparents, to, purge the, the staff working in the cafeteria, who tend to be minorities and Hispanics? Um, is it is it some sort of insane super plot? I mean, this could be a super plot of some James Bond movie. Let's have a virus and infect, and then let's get people to open up and send their kids so we can weaponize them and infect everyone. It's just insane. Any way you cut it, the conspiracy theory seems the most logical, like that these white supremacists that have control of our government, who are the Steve Millers and Donald Trump, a racist, who in private is constantly dropping the N word and in shithole countries and everything else, referring to Africa, right? um, really has a plot to thin out the population and to bring devastation. I don't know. I mean, to me, it's pretty damn obvious. Thanks for listening. Don't forget to subscribe and share and tell me your thoughts. Take care.